Andy, tell us a bit about yourself and how you got an interest in renewable energy.
Hi, Mike. I've moved here from the UK 14 years ago and worked for the ABC as I'm now a cameraman, and have really enjoyed living here. And I guess my first spark of interest was the first time I saw a solar-powered calculator at high school. I just couldn't believe that you could actually get something for nothing. And also my father was an engineer for nuclear power industry in the 60s. And so I've had an interest in energy, even though I don't think nuclear is actually the future.
And what's your particular interest in renewable energy?
Well, I think solar and wind in this state are really something to look forward to. I think we're seeing more and more wind power come online. Solar is something I would really aspire to. I don't actually have it at the moment, but I'm really waiting for batteries to come more affordable so I can buy a whole system to put in place so I can recharge my battery and use that when I need it. So that's something. And also electric vehicles, I think, is something very exciting as we've been to Devonport and seen. And I was lucky enough to go to the UK recently and went to the Silverstone fully charged car show and got to see a big variety of vehicles, from skateboards, scooters, motorbikes and cars. And they're definitely the future. Very excited about.
Yeah, of course. And what do you think are some of the key issues in Tasmania at the moment?
Well, certainly electric vehicles, the rollout of infrastructure, and use of. It's very exciting. My youngest son jokes about the fact that the only electric vehicle I'll ever use or get to own is a mobility scooter, and I'm seriously hoping that won't be the case. But I would hope within 5 years I could afford something like a Nissan Leaf, which seems like a pretty reasonable car, they will become cheaper over time for sure. The first mobile phone cost around $4,000 back in 1983. A lot of money back then, and these electric vehicles are sort of similar. Once the volumes get ramped up, even Porsche, I read recently, are going to only produce electric cars in the next 12 by 2030.
Yeah. And what for you are the benefits of an electric vehicle?
Well, I think you can. I did go to a talk in England, and they were saying that you can actually program your battery and have half of it for your car when it's charging at home, and you can actually essentially lease it out to an energy company and use it to actually make money by storing and discharging for the network, which I thought was a really interesting concept, and they're just testing that now in the UK at the moment. So I think, it's a nice vehicle to drive. I got to drive a Renault Zoe back in February in Melbourne, and I think just the benefits of being able to charge your house if you need to in an emergency, or make some money by selling power to the grid when there's peak times. So there's a lot of opportunities, and of course once the infrastructure is fully in place in Tasmania, you can go on long drives, and for not a lot of money. They don't cost much to actually charge.
And how long before you think you'll get an electric vehicle?
Well, I would hope within the next 3 to 5 years. It depends on costs, and we've got two teenagers. They cost a fair bit, but maybe once they've left home, we can turn our attention to an electric vehicle. Maybe be a scooter. Who knows?
Yeah, sure. Okay, thanks, Andy, and I'm sure we'll see you again as the Renewable Energy Action Project develops further.
Well, if I do get a car, I'll come by you, and we'll show it off.
Absolutely, we expect a test ride.